Okay, guys. So welcome to today's next level session. InsideRealEstate.com/webinars is where we have the replays. Said that a few times already, I guess. And Heather's going to be jumping in soon. We're going to do some stuff with newsletters today, and so that'll be fun. Just waiting for Heather to hop in. In the meantime, I'll just take a peek in at what we did yesterday. Remember, we were doing our real estate deals funnel. Where I had that landing page around real estate deals and was trying to run a Google ad to generate leads there. So what I was going to do is just peek in on the Google account, kill a few minutes of time. As always, you guys can chat in on the chat, and we'll talk about whatever, answer any questions you might have. But Heather should be here in a second. Yeah. Okay. So going here. Oh, interesting. Maybe I didn't run the campaign yesterday. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to help Heather get in. That's why I'm a little distracted. We're having a little technical difficulties here. So here's my deals campaign from yesterday. It's gotten 6 clicks at $3 a click. That's actually a little higher than it's been. And I'm just trying to get to the screen where I can see all my search campaigns. Google gives us a heck of a time sometimes just getting to the main campaigns page, just so I can see my stats. Come on, Google. And for context on that, that was where, in case you weren't here yesterday, we ran a Google ad. It's in yesterday's replay, and we drove the traffic to this page right here. There we go. Now it's letting me load this up. So far, this is saying that I had 6 clicks and 7 leads for a conversion rate over 100%. So clearly something is wrong with that. So let's troubleshoot. And just a tip, like when you run these Google campaigns or any paid traffic, a lot of times the best practice would be to check back a few hours later, or definitely check back the next day. And it's common. You'll find that you that you have to adjust a few things. Let's see. So just waiting for this to load right here. Wow, it's Twilight Zone today. Sorry, guys. Heather can't get in. I can't get into my KV Core account. Oh boy. So what I was going to do is I was going to go into my KV Core account and look for any leads that came from that source. It seems like maybe something is wrong with the conversion pixel in there. So usually when you would install the pixel in your KV Core site, which I've had installed for a long time now, and it must be firing multiple times, which I didn't even think was possible. So I might have to troubleshoot that another time here. Okay, so promote Heather, the panelist. All right, you should be able to now be the co-host, Heather. And we should be able to hear you. There you are.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Just technical difficulties. I was having issues too. I was showing up an ad I ran yesterday, and tracking's all wonky. So I'll try to figure that out tomorrow, guys. But I can see, I think it's tracking multiple times. So I'll update you guys probably next week on how this is going. And Heather, you had some stuff around newsletters that you were going to share today, right?
Oh, not necessarily newsletters. I was just going to show people how to make kind of a general template that they can use whenever they want to send something out, like a listing or a video or even a newsletter. But it's always nice to have like your own template with all of your stuff already done for you, so that you don't have to, keep making a new one every time. I guess that's what I was
Gotcha. So do you want to take over the screen and I'll answer a few questions while you do that?
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Are you having trouble getting in the KV Core too?
Yeah, I can't get in.
Yeah. Here. Here, I got into my own account. Do you want me to do the screen?
Sure. I mean, yes, you can.
All right.
Although I've got all the files to upload, so I'm not sure.
Well, can you just log in with a regular account? Just go to kvcore.com. Super admin looks like it's broken. Do you know your login? I can send you mine.
I don't know my login because I've never gone that way.
Here you go. Yeah, just log in with that. I dropped you in Slack. Sorry, guys. We'll get the show on the road here in a minute. This happens every 10 sessions or so. We get just bogged down by technology, and about 3 or 4 things just happened all in a row. Heather couldn't get in. Google was broken on me, the conversions, and now we can't get into KV Core. So we'll get the show on the road here in just a second. Let me look at your questions here. Where'd those go? Are you in there, Heather?
Getting there. Yay. Okay.
So let me get to a few of these questions real quick, and then we'll proceed,
Okay.
Heather. So Bo is asking, what would you say your close rate is on Google Ad leads? That's going to vary wildly by the skill of the person replying to those, servicing those leads. I personally, when I was actively selling, had a very high close rate because I was very consistent and persistent about following up. But I can't give a number. We get that question a lot. We can't give a number because a lot of people will get 100 leads and not call one of them or follow up with any. So sorry. All I can say about Google leads is that they have higher intent than Facebook leads. We talked about that yesterday. Theo's asking, do you have training videos? Yes. If you go to the main KV Core dashboard, you can see on Heather's screen right there, there's a training calendar link. It says live training calendar up at the top right. And then there's the Agent Quick Start course as well. So we do a bunch of sessions every week, both basic and more advanced, like these sessions. And then you have your courses page inside of KV Core that you can check out. And then Cynthia wants to make a page to advertise to sellers to find a home for her buyer. How does she do that? We can save that for the end. We'll get to that after Heather's demonstration here. Okay, so let's get going, Heather. I'll probably have to edit this stream, this replay, just to cut out our 9 minutes of craziness here. Go ahead.
All right. So if you are used to sending out email blasts, so like let's say you have a new listing that you want to promote, or let's say you have a video that you made about, getting your home ready for sale or whatever it might be, and you want to send that out, it's always great to have a template to do that with, that you can just plug whatever you're sending out in, and then all of your other links are happening and it's all very pretty and it's branded to you. So if you go into marketing and your smart campaigns and go over to templates, and you're going to want to add a email template, and then you could say, this is Joe's very own, right? And you could just, the subject line could be template for now. And obviously you would change that when you clone it down. I can spell, I just can't type. You can, when you clone it down for different things, you can change the subject line, but you just want to have like a template that you have that you can find every time. So name it something like with your name or something that's easily findable for you. And then you go to advanced editor. And you're going to start making your template. So the first thing you want, you can do or not do is like a header or a title or something like that. I always like to do a nice pretty image. And I make all my images in Canva, but this is one I just made for someone the other day. You can hit browse and you can then upload your header. So again, if you're sending stuff out on a regular basis, having a recognizable header, recognizable branding, you know, is always nice. And then the next thing you're going to put in there is whatever it is that you're sending out. So let's say you're sending out a listing. You know, you could do an image here with a button to, you know, see the listing. We're not going to fill this part out because, like I said, this is just a template for you. But if you were to do it, you could put, you know, a picture in here of the listing, a button, and that URL would go to your listing, and you can put that URL over here. And then what you want to do after that is you want to have some call to actions. So I always do a divider to kind of separate what you're doing to like all your call to action stuff. And you can say, I want a button here and a button here. And my call to actions would be chat with me. Now, this I love because it gives people a way to take action and talk to you immediately. And what you're going to do with this is you're going to, in your URL, you're going to put your Facebook Messenger link here so that if they click that, they can immediately go to your Facebook Messenger and start talking to you. So that you're like, where do I find that link? And everybody should know this. Go to Facebook and you go to your business page on Facebook. So I'm just going to choose one of the many agents that I have access to here. Do you see up here, like your username is always the end of your Facebook right here, or it's this thing right here is your username, the @. So whenever you're doing a messenger message, it's always m.me/ whatever your username is. So then if I want to do this, I'm going to copy this. But you can see that if you were to click on this, what's going to happen if you're on a desktop, this will happen if you're on your phone, your Facebook Messenger is going to pop open. And then you can click get started. And then you can start talking, they can start talking and asking questions. Now, as an aside and a little plug, if you have our chat bot that you can find in the marketplace, this will actually pop up and start talking to them for you. And any information that they give you here will automatically go into KB Core for you. So that's just an aside, but this way people can talk to you immediately and chat and ask questions and do whatever. The other thing you can do on here is you can go into your Facebook and edit what happens when someone hits get started. Like you can pop like up a thing like, how can I help you? Or a couple different options that they can choose from as far as like, you know, I have a question or what's my home worth or whatever it is. But you're going to put that into your chat with me button here so that now they have that. And then the next button that I really like to have is if they want to schedule an appointment, or you can say schedule a 10-minute person chat or whatever you want to say. And the URL you can put in here is your, if you have a Calendly, and there's other ones you can use. There's, you know, other scheduling stuff, but in Calendly, you can get a free Calendly account without having to, I don't think I have the old one. Oh, well, but you can sign up for one, and I'm not going to do it here, but if you sign up for it, you can get a free account and have like one link. If you want more than one with like different times and different whatevers and whatever, but it links to your calendar so that when you are, and you can put the URL in here, links to your calendar so that they can pick a time on your calendar that's free and they can schedule a time to talk to you. And you can set it up in Calendly to be like, whether you can make it a Zoom call, you can make it a phone call, you can make it an in-person call, whatever you want it to be. And they have to verify those things when they sign up with their Calendly, like this is my phone number or this is my Zoom or whatever it is. And then after you have those call to action buttons, I always like to have, here you can split your rows, which I like. And you can put some content in that lets them search on your website and find their home value. Now you could just make buttons, but I like to be pretty about it. So if I go to upload, did these guys here, I made these on Canva. But again, you could just make buttons if you wanted to. So you could say, get your home value, search homes for sale. And again, you're just going to go and put, for get your home value, you're going to put your website's URL in here. What's your URL, Ryan?
Oh, RyanHartman.foreverfloridarealestate.com. You're making mine because you're logged into my account.
Yeah,
nice.
Forever Florida what?
Real estate.
Real estate.
.com. Yeah.
There we go. So you would be like, okay, search homes for sale. Oh dear. That would go here. Oh no, search homes for sale would go here. Nope, it would go here, URL. And then get your home value would be the sell page. And there would be that. And then you could put another row in, make it long, and then you could maybe put your signature down here. This is not you, Ryan. This is somebody else entirely.
What's that?
The signature. Right? So
yes, not me.
Right?
But just an example. Yeah.
Right, just an example. And then the other thing you can do is you can put all of your social media in here. So again, if you do this, you have to actually put what is your Facebook, business pages link, what is your Twitter link, get your Instagram link, and you can change these. Like if you have a YouTube, you want to add
yeah, cool.
YouTube on there.
Something came up. I was talking to somebody the other day. They asked about, they wanted to have a custom signature image in the newsletter. Just one thing to watch out for is if you have your signature on automatically on all communications in your profile, it'll also show up down below, I think, Heather, is that right?
It will, and I don't like to have that on because when you're doing this, if you do it that way, then your signature is going to be like offset to the side instead of straight down the middle or whatever.
This is something to think about. If you see it showing up again, that's under your profile settings. It's a little box near your signature.
Yeah. And so once you have all those in, now you have this template that can be yours to use every time. So let's say you have a listing, you can put the listing in, or you have like I said, you have a video, you would just take this out and you would put your video in or whatever. Oopsies, it goes up here or whatnot. And you'd select your video and put that in or whatever. And then, oh, I didn't do that. There you go. There's Ryan.
It's the old bedroom. So
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So if you have core video, you can do that.
Right. Exactly. So, and just a good template to have, like, because otherwise you're going to have to do this every time, like get these URLs, get your, everything linked up. You can just keep cloning it down. So if you add the template right there, so the next time you have something new to send out, you would just search Joe's very own template and clone it. And now this template could be like, 123 main And then you change this out to the listing video, listing video or the listing pictures, or do something different.
So if you're sending a weekly newsletter,
yeah. If you're sending a weekly newsletter, you could totally use that for that. Just put some blog posts in here, put a video in there, do whatever, but all these links will follow every time you clone down, so that everything's done for you. You're just cloning it.
So we're getting a few questions about adding a video from other third parties like YouTube, TikTok, etc. What you'll want to do, guys, is just put a picture of the video in here and link out to the actual video.
Yeah, you can do it. You can link straight from you do video,
right?
You can put in YouTube or Vimeo will work.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But if it's something else, then you would just put a picture of it. But just so you know, if you do it from those, it's just going to be a stagnant picture with a play button. Whereas if you're using Core Video, it's going to be moving, and that's, you're going to get a much higher click rate on that.
Yeah. Yep. Your own MP4, I don't think you can upload the video file.
No, you'd have to have Core Video. If you have Core Video, you can upload the video file and then pull it in.
Right.
Or upload your video file to YouTube or Vimeo. What's the advantage of Vimeo? I don't think there is. How did you add the chat box?
Well, that's just a link to the chat, right?
Yeah, so you're going to say, oh, that's not this right here. Oopsies.
So it's basically just a button. Yeah.
It's a button. So on your content, you're going to pull in a button, and then that button is linked to a URL, and the URL for chatting on Facebook, like I said, is always, it's m.me/ whatever your username is for your Facebook business page. And that will always take people to your Facebook Messenger. Core Video is an additional fee. It is $30 a month. It's a BombBomb integration. So if you were to buy BombBomb like out on the open market, it's actually more expensive than if you get it through KV Core, which is nice. Yeah. The chat add-on. Sure. So I'm gonna cancel out of this.
It's actually on my site.
Oh, is it? Sweet.
Yeah.
So here it is. This is the chat here, and it's if I want to chat, so we're going to put it two places. You're going to put it on your website. You can also put it on your Facebook business page. So if I was to go to his page and chat with him, or if I was to click that chat button that we just made on the template, or here, this is the experience you're going to get. So I would hit continue as Heather, and I'm going to say, yes, is this you? Yes, it is. And it's going to be really slow because I'm zooming at the same time.
Yeah, that's not usually.
Yeah, just
because that's actually Facebook. That should pop right up. That's weird. Yeah.
But you can ask a question, but it will give you some questions to answer.
Yeah, if you guys go to josephmacy.com too, that's our demo chat widget. So I'll type that in the chat. I don't want you to go to my site and use it because it'll just, create fake leads.
What is it called?
josephmacy.com.
EY or just Y?
EY. Click the, you got an extra E in Joseph.
Oh, just Joseph, like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Should be on there. I don't see it popping up.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. Right.
Well, if the person that clicks it doesn't have Facebook, I'm not sure what happens. Actually, it might require them to be on Facebook.
Actually, I've already talked to this bot, so it's signed in as me already.
Yeah.
You can see what happens. It's like, how many bedrooms would you like? How many baths? Do you want to see my homes, or whatever? It'll get my home about. It'll give you a bunch of stuff. So if I say I want a 5-bedroom, 3-bed, or whatever, it's going to take my information, send it over to KV Core with what I'm looking for, if that makes sense. 'Cause I've-
Yeah, and what's cool about it is cool because it'll actually set up the property alerts automatically. And I think it sends back a link to those properties.
Mhm.
Yeah, the bot's available from the marketplace page in the KV Core marketplace. So
Yeah. So if you go to marketplace, for some reason it's under leads. I don't know why. It might be under add-ons too. No, it's not. I think it should be under add-ons. I don't know why it's not. It's under leads though.
yeah,
Core Messenger bot. Right
so I
here.
think, yeah, that link I just dropped in the chat will take you straight there. I don't know if there's a ton of customization. It is like a semi-custom setup with our team.
With
And
what?
you'll get some instructions for how to change a few things, I think. I'm not sure, Heather. Patricia,
What's
are you gonna, the question is, can it be customized? What it says. I think you will
Customize
have the
what the
ability.
bot says?
Yeah.
No. You can though get you can't change what the bot says, but you will get a ManyChat account if you really want it. You don't need it, but if you will have one. So if you wanted to make other bots for yourself, you can. This is kind of getting in the weeds, but I make like when I run a Facebook ad, for instance, instead of sending them to like my list of properties, I pop their Facebook Messenger open and start asking them questions. This is something that you can do in the done for you services. This is not something the chatbot does, but in order to do this, you have to have a ManyChat account, which is like $20 a month. And if you have the chatbot, that's paid for you. So that's one
Yeah,
thing.
it's included.
Yeah.
So basically what the bot is, we built a custom ManyChat kind of implementation that
Yeah.
talks to KV Core. So there's some coding that's tying ManyChat up. Cool, Heather. Yeah, that's always useful to see that kind of email template newsletter stuff. And, to kind of close the loop on that, the importance of this is, we should be sending something out once a week. I say this almost every webinar, something to engage people, whether it's a newsletter, a featured property. And having a template like that makes it really quick and easy to do. You spin up a core video or something, pop it in there, and you're good to go. So I'm just going to look through some other questions here, Heather.
Okay.
I think that was all the questions. Yeah, it was. Did you showed me something that maybe I'm not to put you on the spot, but you figured out how to make the custom pages one column.
Yes.
Do you have that code handy? I was going to ask you to do that or we could do that another day. We could do that next week.
I can do it next week, but it takes 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
If you go to your
Webinar IDX, yeah.
website manager, you go to your custom pages. Let's say you want to make a new custom page.
Make my deal links one column, please. This came up on yesterday's webinar. I was thinking that as I did it.
So if you go, well, I just want to show them what it looks like. So if you go to it, you have this is what it looks like, but you have this whole, search bar and all this stuff. And if you want to get rid of this all and you just want to have it be all one across, then you go to edit and you need to change this to the code. And I have the code somewhere and we can put it, I don't know where you want to put it for people to get it, but
it just needs to be somewhere in the page, right?
It just, you put it on top of whatever code that you have. So if we go to my resources, sorry, it's in my.
Well, while you look for that, Kelly, we haven't figured out a way to stop emails coming out of the promotional or spam folder per se, because a lot of that comes down to the content of what you're sending, and also, especially when you have emails that have a lot of HTML in them, that can contribute. One thing that you can do that I learned this week is you can set up custom oh, why am I forgetting? It's not MX Records. Custom SPF. If you have your own domain attached to KV Core, and then that will help with email deliverability. I didn't even know this thing existed. So I'm gonna try to find the article and drop that for you. SPF.
So I just pasted this in. This is the code right here, the top. So I just pasted in the top.
Yep.
Save it here. Now when we go there, hopefully. Might have to clear the cat. No, see, yeah, so it's
Cool.
fine, yeah.
So I'll probably go back and center my video and everything so it looks a little tighter. If you want to drop that code to people chatting live, and this way I can grab it too.
Oh, just in the chat?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
I'll put it in the YouTube description as well. So if you want to make your custom pages one column, it's just a little hack. And I knew you knew about that, Heather, so I'm putting you on the
Yeah.
spot. Here we go. So let's just grab that.
Here we go. This the chat bot. The chat is working now here. So this is what you will get if you hit get started. I'm like, it'll just ask you looking to buy or get a home value.
Yep.
And then if I say I'm looking
And
to
then
buy,
the home value will the home value will actually attempt to give the valuation, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep.
What's a good email to send the alerts to? And then it's gonna ask for my email. That's gonna get funneled in, or whatever. So. And then, yeah, my pre-approved, no. Are we looking? Oh, or whatever. So. But yeah, you can just go through this whole thing. And some people might not go through the whole thing, but for the people that do, then it pulls in everything that we're looking for. Where are you looking for?
So can you click on the home value one up top too?
Yeah. So then it's going to ask for your address. I would probably not put my address in because I'm not in your MLS. So it's not going to work, probably, right?
Yeah, do 2466 44th Street South.
Just wants this south.
Yeah. Let's see if it works. What price point are you looking at? It's getting confused because you had the home value on the
It's talking about this up here, yeah.
Anyway, you guys try it out on josephmacy.com, guys. Yeah. So Tanya, yes, you can watch these again, but they're always posted to insiderealestate.com/webinars. And then you can slow down the YouTube or speed it up, watch it multiple times.
Yeah.
So cool. There was one other question I said we would get back to.
Oh yeah.
Way up above, and it was about building a page for something. I'm scrolling up. I'm
Want to make a page to advertise to sellers to find a home for my buyer? Is that it?
Yeah. So you want to take a stab, Heather?
I want to make a page to advertise to sellers to find a home for my buyer.
Yeah. Or I can take over.
Guess I would make a landing page?
Yeah, make a landing page.
Yeah.
And
so landing
build
page.
landing page.
Say, buyers are looking for homes.
Yeah, I might just do house wanted exclamation point. Or something. House wanted. Right. We've got buyers looking for, and we can get specific, right? We can say, looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in XYZ neighborhood. So you could even say like, house wanted in Gulfport, get specific in the headline.
Oh,
Yeah. 2-bath.
homes, and then you could say, cash offers.
Yeah, I would just, so the context here would be, I would take this and then start posting it on social or run an ad, inventory is low. Yeah, qualified buyers, on your bullet points.
And then you could,
And
the
then you could-
URL, oh, I should have done actually.
Oh, you could do a Facebook chat one, right? Or a text. Yeah.
You could do a Facebook chat, but actually address capture would have been the better way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way,
Yeah, it's cool.
yeah, and the hashtag could be, Gulfport seller. And then, yeah. And you could save
Are you
it.
guys able to control C that code? I see in the chat people are saying they can't copy the code.
I don't think you
I'll
can
go put-
copy out of the chat. Can you?
That's all right. I'm putting it in the description right now. It's on the YouTube channel, the video. I just need to go in there and put it in the playlist.
I think this will give you, if you do it this way.
Oh, no.
I don't know what. It will give you, if they put in their home address, then it's going to take them to the cell thing where they put their email in, and then it's going to give them a home valuation, but then you're going to get the lead coming in. If you make it,
Yeah.
if you make the landing page be the enter your address. You could also just ask for their email.
Yeah.
And then I would take
Yeah,
that.
I like the Facebook. The Facebook chat option might be good too, just to have them start message, click here to
Mhm.
message me now.
Yeah. Especially if you have the chat bot already, because if they do that, then it's going to go there and the chat bot will take over.
So YouTube wouldn't let me put the code in there.
YouTube?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me put the code in the description. So got a problem solved here.
You could do like a Google Doc and put the link to the Google Doc in there.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Single column custom page code. And now I can share this to everybody. It's handy to have around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll drop it here. Okay. And that link will also be in YouTube. Video details. All right.
Any other questions?
No other questions. I think we're good for today. I'm ready for the weekend. Is it Friday?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe I'll just be sick. Oh, I'm feeling sick. I think my throat hurts. I don't think I'm going to be around much tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Go ahead with your question, Cheyenne, and then we'll get going after your question. It's close enough to Friday. I think a 4-day work week. I know in real estate, that's not really like choose to work as much as you want. The weekend's like when it all starts, but
How do you change SEO on a website?
um yeah, so we have some we have some SEO settings under Web and IDX. I don't know, by change SEO, you mean how do you improve it? That's kind of a topic for a whole webinar, but the main thing is content, lots of content, blog posts, custom pages, getting links from third-party sources.
But you can also, if you have your service areas in here,
Yeah.
there's a keywords area here. So like if this was Dunedin, you could just say, you know, homes. Wait, let's guess Dunedin, what? Real estate. Dunedin homes for sale in Dunedin. Those are keywords that Google can then pick up if somebody is searching for that.
Yeah.
Estate. But you have to spell it right is the real trick there.
So Cynthia, you can have as many custom pages if you want. How do you add individual locations to property alerts so it's more specific than a zip code? I think the property alerts have the map ability now, right? Can you set those up by map?
Yeah, so if you go to Smart CRM,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're this person
alerts up in the middle there.
Oh, I know, just he didn't have an email, so it wouldn't let me set up an alert.
Oh, I gotcha.
So if you did alert 2, if you were really specific about it, you know, you could go in, you could just put their location in, or you can zoom right down and just say like, oh, I just want, you know, this little neighborhood. You would just draw the area. Apply it, and that's your area now instead of using a zip code or something like that. What is the page text for the service area? There's no, it's the same thing. So on your website, down here, these are all your service areas. So when you have one, this is what the service area link looks like. So we pull the most popular, the most expensive, the least expensive. There's some market stats in here. And this is good for SEO because this is constantly changing. And so the more areas that you have, the more pages that you have to do that with, and it gives you some market stats and that kind of stuff. I think.
Yeah, there's actually one of those for every zip code and every area, neighborhood, city in your market.
Right. So
you don't. Yeah.
It'll make one for you, but if you make your own, then it will only show the ones you made. So if you are like just starting out, you'll have like every area down here, you'll have like a zillion of them. And then if you go into your Web and IDX settings and change these, even if you just put one in, it's going to erase the whole list and it's just going to have the one you put in. So you want to put in the ones that you really want to concentrate on. But yeah, so there's these. And this is what they look like. And you can edit these too, like in this, like it, in fact, this guy, it looks like he's got some, you've already got some stuff in there. So right here, you can put stuff in like Gulfport. What does that look like? Yeah. So he put some stuff in to change it. Probably talking about
video and then
video.
One of the breakfast in beds.
Yeah. And if the area is big enough, it will show you the neighborhoods too. And each neighborhood has its own page. So again, like that will help your SEO because you have so much content on there that we're just generating for you. I opened a can of worms here, didn't I?
Yeah, that's a whole topic. We've actually done full webinars on those areas pages. Yeah.
I create a neighborhood area in a property alert using the map tool. Can I save that to remember for future searches? Not there, but you can save it in your, you go to marketing, all marketing, search alerts. If you want to save a search alert, you can create one, and you make it. And once you save it, you're going to have it in this list. You have to save it by hashtag. And so then like if you wanted to, if you wanted it, you would just add that hashtag to the person and then it would automatically give them that search alert.
So Andy, to center the video, that's just HTML. If you Google HTML center, you'll have lots of articles about that, but just the center tag, like I'm typing in the chat right now. One tag goes before the text, one goes after the first one, and then the closing.
Where do I get the video embed for YouTube is right here. So anytime you have a YouTube, you just hit share, embed. That's your embed code right there. How do I?
What's that?
Do you want a link to that? They're just asking for the link to the webinar you were talking about. What if I don't want to use YouTube? I'm sure that Vimeo and that has an embed code. I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, you'd have to. It would depend on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I don't know if I'm gonna have a very easy time finding those webinars. But I will.
Can I get the tours into landing pages or something? You can put any video into a landing page. Video view. So again, this right here, you just have to change up here is you have to put it on YouTube. You have a YouTube ID, you put it in there and you can put the video in there.
So I'm dropping for those of you watching live, 2 videos about those area pages. And then if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to put in the description just kind of the link to the search query. Go ahead. I'm being very rude, Heather. I'm sorry. I'm like
No, I'm just trying to read these questions.
Okay.
How do I get
I was talking over
all of the KV Core Smart campaigns? My template list only shows 8. Well, I don't. So marketing smart campaigns. There's the KV Core library is here. And anything you want out of the KV Core library, you click add to my library. So if you're under your campaigns, you're only going to have things that you put in. On the KV Core library, you can put in these, but I'm just going to say this. A lot of be careful what you're putting in. Like a lot of these are just a bunch of tasks for you. Make sure it's actually going to do what you want it to do. And I would look through them and tweak it to what you want. You can always add it to your templates and then clone it down and add stuff or take stuff away.
Yeah, you're and then Cheyenne's saying she might not have a lot in your library. That could be your company, what they've included. If you need a buyer campaign for 3 to 6 months, Heather, do you want to go, since you're in my account, just type buyer right there into the my camp. Oh yeah, into the my campaigns. Sorry, you might want to go back to my campaigns and type buyer. I have a 1 year. Go down. Oh yeah, is that buyer nurture 1 year up above? That might be the one that I built custom. Do you want to open that? Because we'll get the share code. Yeah, that's my crazy campaign. Do you want to give the share token in the chat? And I'll put this on the YouTube description as well. So what that campaign does is it tries to engage people for about a year. And it just sends other people's content in a lot of cases. You can change out any of that you want, but I think it's pretty good. It's a longer term drip. Share code.
I want the campaign to start after the initial new lead. If they don't respond, I'd like to see a few options. One thing you can do, and I always say when I'm making these, is what happens is after your last day, and that they just kind of fall off the face of the earth, like the campaign stopped and you don't know about it. I always make the very last thing, my last action, to be a task that says, Oh, it's not the task, it's a. Yeah, it's a task. So I would make a task template that says, this lead's campaign is run out, put them on a new campaign, and it's going to make it a task for you so that you can see that this lead needs a new campaign, and you can look at what they're doing. And if they've been, coming back to your website a bunch, maybe they get a different campaign than if they've never been back again, or whatever it is. But you want to have the last thing on every campaign you do be a reminder to start them on a new campaign. The other thing you can do is you can add, I'm sorry.
You might be saying what I was going to say. You can add a tag.
Yeah, you can add a hashtag to be your last thing, and then you can trigger a campaign off that hashtag so that, the next campaign that runs because they got added to that hashtag.
Show the add a tag there in the actions so people know what you mean. So if there's that option right there under call, it says add a tag.
Yeah, and so on the last day, which was what, 365, so 366, we're going to add whatever tag you want it to be. I mean, I'm just picking one that he has, but what I'm saying is you would pick one, and then whatever hashtag you did, then you'd make a new campaign that the trigger was that hashtag. Then it would automatically flow to the next one.
So the share code, the way that works is you go to your main campaigns page, and then up at the top, there's a little green thing, and you can pop the code in there.
Yep.
The quick start, Cheyenne, the quick start course has information about campaigns. I think that's part 2 or part 3. And then on day 2 or 3 on the training calendar, we go into campaigns on our quick start webinars every week. And then I'll share a link to, I have this conversation starting campaign thing that I always talk about, which in my opinion is a good way to go. But I'll share a link to that webinar.
Yeah. And yeah, Brent, once you put that share code in, it'll say, you'll get a little thing at the bottom that says, oh, it's importing it. Sometimes it can take up to like 15 minutes to bring in. And then yes, it will show up in your campaigns. I think that's it, right?
Okay. Yeah, here's our conversation starting campaigns that I'm dropping in there. All right, guys. So can I start the weekend now?
Can't copy share code. I don't know.
It won't let you right click copy that. That's strange. Okay. The video itself for this webinar, I put the share code in the description of that video. We're getting a little meta now. So here's the video for this thing you're watching now. So I put it, I put it in there. That is strange that Zoom doesn't let people do that. We could probably share files or something.
Yeah, you'd have to put it in a file and then do like you did before with the Google share code, share link.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Google file.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday with more of this kind of stuff. So insiderealestate.com/webinars. We did our webinar earlier this week about the seller lead stuff. If you're looking to fill your pipeline with seller leads, definitely check that one out. It was like a day or 2 ago. So thanks, guys.